Hey everybody, this is April Rozier for those of you that don't know. And for those of you that do, well, great. Now you know how to pronounce my name if you didn't, because lots of people don't. So I know it's super duper late and we probably won't get a whole bunch of people on here, and that's okay. And the quality of this video, the lighting is kind of crap because I'm out in the dark and just have a ring light around the phone. So, anyway, I had a couple of things I wanted to talk about, and it's perfectly fine if there's not a whole lot of people on here because I don't know how this is going to 100% go. I really hope you guys can hear me. I hope so. And that I'm not talking to myself because that would blow. But there's a couple of things I just kind of wanted to chat about, but I'm not 100% sure that I'll stay on topic because I know me well, and when I get to talking about personal things, I kind of start rambling and get off course because it's hard to talk about personal things on a public platform, is it not? Hi, Elizabeth. How are you? Thanks for hopping on. So my question is, hey, Terry, how are you? Thanks for hopping on. So my question is there two sides of you? And what I mean by that is, are you hiding a part of you? Are there two parts of you and one of them is being hidden? Are you keeping secrets from people? Is there a part of you that you want no one to know about? And I ask this because I know what it's like to keep a part of you secret and to not tell people everything about you and to want to hide from the people that you love the most. You want to hide the bad things about you, correct? Hey, Pamela, how are you? Thanks for hopping on. So I know what it's like for there to be multiple sides of you and for you to want to be hiding a piece of you and not wanting everybody to know your secrets. Well, some people that follow me closely, they know that I recently celebrated 1 year of recovery. Hey, girlies. I'm glad you could hop on. People that have been following me know that I have recently celebrated 1 year of sobriety, that I have not relapsed. You know, there's many times I've gotten sober, but I've relapsed several times. It has been over a year now since my last relapse, and I'm feeling better than ever. But I remember what it was like, you know, the shame and the guilt and, you know, the self-hate and the self-loathing of being an addict. And addicts aren't the only people that hide themselves. I'm not fooled by that. And, you know, I understand that people that have mental illnesses, they hide it because they don't want people to know they're having trouble controlling themselves. People with anxiety hide it because they don't want people to know that they're not able to control their own emotions. People put on a brave smile every day and it's like, oh, I'm so happy, when really they're beating themselves up from the inside out, screaming, you know, inside, I hate myself, I'm fat, I'm ugly, I'm this, I'm that. And so there's so many reasons you could be hiding who you are. But there's also a point where, you know, sometimes asking for help is the answer. It usually just is. But there's more to it than that. There's more steps that need to be taken. And don't think because I've said I'm over a year sober that I'm perfect, because I'm not. I'm still fighting demons. Becoming sober means that I have to fight all the battles that got me to be a drug addict, that caused that to happen, and that caused the many, many relapses that I had, and that made my journey and my battle so hard. I have to fight those demons, because when you come out of it, it doesn't matter what you're hiding. When you finally step out and you decide that this is my life, I'm going to take control of it, and I'm going to live an honest, clean life. Because I don't know about you guys, but if you're anything like me and you're keeping secrets, you feel dirty. I am a very honest person. I like to tell the truth. I like to be honest. And you can't be honest if you're hiding a big chunk of who you are from people. So I felt dirty and dishonest. I felt like a disgrace, and it was embarrassing. I was so shameful, because I was not a drug addict because I just liked getting high. I was a drug addict because I couldn't handle my emotions. I have really bad anxiety, and I always have. And for the longest time, I was strong enough to fight it myself, and I did. I could feel a panic attack coming on, and I would do my breaths, and I would do this and that. I would do all my little exercise to stop the anxiety. But eventually that stopped working. And I didn't want to admit to people that I couldn't handle my own emotions, that I was losing it, that I was slipping, that being in front of people or around people was making me itchy and crazy. There was a point of time, and it wasn't even that long ago, that someone standing next to me in a gas station line made me incredibly uncomfortable. Like, I would cringe, and I would keep I would even scoot out of line to get away from people. So I didn't want to tell people this. So I tried to hide it, and I tried to hide it. And I got into a car accident, and they put me on pain pills. And next thing you know, I was an addict. And it happened, and it lasted for a very long time. And luckily, it never went past that. I wasn't a heroin addict. I wasn't a cocaine addict or anything like that. But I was stuck on pain pills for such a long time. And being sober now is the most amazing thing ever. But I'm still fighting those same demons, because what happens is you can only hide for so long. Eventually, you have to face what is causing the problem. So if I numb myself for all those years, then everything just piles up at the end. And unfortunately for me, I got sober, and a month and a day exactly, my brother got diagnosed with the worst kind of cancer you could possibly be diagnosed with, a glioblastoma multiforme brain tumor, stage 4. It's barely treatable, and it's dang sure uncurable, and it kills almost everyone it touches. So keeping my sobriety after that was massive. But this is the time that I have to be strong for my family, because my family was strong for me and helped me through and helped me get to sobriety when I finally asked for help. But that is the first step to any secret you're hiding. If you are keeping a piece of you hidden from the world, whether it be the actual whole world, or your husband, or your wife, or your kids, or your parents, no matter who you're hiding from, it does eventually catch up. And those are the people now that I need to be the strongest for, because those are the people that were the strongest for me. So, just a couple of pieces of advice. If you are struggling, I know that nothing I say can change that. I can tell you now, I'm here if you need someone to talk to. No strings attached. I'm here to give advice if I can, but there's a few things that you have to do on your own. And the first one is to decide. You have to decide that enough is enough. That it has to be your decision. You have to decide that you are ready to change your life, whether that means you're a drug addict and you need to get sober, if that means that you have some kind of anxiety or depression or any kind of mental illness you're really dealing with, that you might need a little therapy for. Taking medications, if it's the right medications and it's for the right reasons, there's nothing wrong with it. It does not make you a weak person to need mood stabilizers or antidepressants or anti-anxiety. That does not make you weak. It does not. You are not a weak person just because you might need a little help in life. Hey, Cassie, how are you? Thanks for hopping on. Hey, Shay, how are you? Thanks for hopping on. You do not, just because you need help, it does not make you weak. That is the first thing you need to know. But the first thing you have to do is to decide. You have to decide when enough is enough for you. You have to decide when you're ready to take the next steps. And you have to decide how you're going to take those next steps. You need, no doubt, you need one person that you trust. Because when you're keeping secrets about who you are, and especially if you've been doing it for years, I know you're lonely. I know you're lonely because when you're lying and you're hiding who you are and the demons that are biting you inside, you're lonely. You are just lonely because there's no one you can talk to. There's no one that knows everything about you because they only know what you allow them to see. So you're lonely. And you're tired, and I know how scary it is to think of how your life changes once you make that step, because it does change. You need one person, and it only needs to be one person that you can trust enough to say, I need help. I need help. I can't fight this on my own anymore. I've been fighting for years or for months or for decades, whatever it is for you. But I've been fighting. I've done it my way, and my way didn't work. So I need a new way to do it. And that's the most important thing that you'll have to go through. Now, I won't ever deny that this is hard. It's hard. Being sober, it was so easy to not deal with my emotions and my feelings, to go and just get high and take a couple of pain pills and be like, oh, numb now, I don't feel anything. But who wants to live a life like that? Where, hey, Amy, how are you? Thanks for hopping on. Who wants to live a life where you're denying who you are? Where you're not there, you're not fully there? Because if you're with people that don't know who you are, they don't know your real struggles, they don't know your secrets because you're hiding something, then you're missing out on so much. And you'll be surprised how somebody, they're just so willing to help. People that love you and care about you, that you're thinking that you're disappointing, will find bravery in you asking for help. They will see that as courage. And you also need to know that you are worthy of living to your most highest potential. You are worthy of being so happy, which you can't do if you're not fully you. Hey, Ruby, how are you? Thanks for hopping on, sweeties. So, no matter how hard it is, and no matter what situation you're in, if you need someone to talk to, I'm here. And if you need, I have a few tips and things about how to go about trying to come out of let's say the closet, the hiding place, how to bring your skeletons out of the closet, if you may. However you want to word it. I have tips and tricks that helped me along the way. I have tips and tricks on what got me started and how I took those first steps. So if you just need someone to talk to, or you need a few tips on how to get started, maybe you just need a little bit of a nudge. You need someone to have your back that doesn't know you, because I don't know you. So maybe you just need someone that doesn't know you, that won't judge you, and that'll help you take those first steps. If that's the case, you can push my nose and it says message me. All you gotta do is click the link and it takes you straight into my inbox. And I will keep all of our conversations completely private. Nobody has to know. And, I can just be there for support to kind of guide you along the way. And like I said, I have a few tips of how I was thinking of the best way that I could help, because all I've ever wanted to do with my life is help other people. And a really good thing for me to help with is to help people find their inner peace and to be able to ask for help, because that is the hardest thing to do. And I know from experience how hard it is to ask for help. So if you need a couple of tips on what got me to take those first steps and how it kind of went afterwards, because as I said, once you bring your skeletons out, there's things you have to work on. Hey Brenda, hey Ian. Aw, thank you, Ruby. You're so sweet. And you are too. So there's a few things that, that are going to come up, that are going to be issues that you balled up and you hid for so long, that you're going to now have to face. And when that happens, it's going to be, if it's drug addiction you're fighting, that's going to be a trigger to relapse. So you might need someone on your side, or at least the warning signs of how it's going to happen or how it might happen. And I have tips for that. And I kind of just sat down and wrote down the best way I could help somebody that was dragging their skeletons out of the closet. And it's really hard to explain, but I got tips and tricks on it and the things that I went through. And, maybe that'll help you. And if it does, that's great. I'm happy to share with you what I went through before and after, and how I got to where I am now. To where I've now been sober for 14 months. And I am just as happy today. Thank you so much, Elizabeth. I appreciate all of you for watching and listening to me ramble. But if there's any way that I can help you at all, I'm here. And all I want to do is help you find your happiness and find your inner peace and start working on a better you, because you can't find the best you until you release the demons and the skeletons out of your closet. As long as you are carrying that baggage, you are always going to be held back. Always. You'll never reach your full potential until you release it all. So I'd love to help you with that, or just give you some tips, tricks, resources, whatever it is you need. And I appreciate y'all watching this, and I will talk to y'all next time. Bye, guys. Thank you.